Alright everyone, so kind of want to share a little bit of, knowledge I figured out how to do after fighting with this for months. Try to help people out that might have the same issue with actually trying to do this themselves. I'm going to teach y'all how to take, for instance, I'm going to try to stick this Dodge Viper engine. Let's see. Shift C? Nope. There we go. I'm going to try and stick this 9.0 liter V10 Viper engine into a minivan. So, don't quite know how this is going to work. It might go good. Both of them are front-mounted engines. As you can tell, this one doesn't have very big compartment spacing in here, so this might not go to plan. If not, I've got another vehicle in mind that I would like to share. But starting out, so once you go to launch beamng Drive, it'll say browse local files, I think is what it's called. Either way, you want to pull up your files. So once you get your files pulled up, you will get what looks like this. So first things first, let me minimize this before I forget. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go to your mods, go to mods manager, and look up whatever vehicle you're wanting to do this with, because you got to make sure that the mod itself is unpacked. So if you notice, like this one right here has an arrow pointed up in what looks like a box. It's an unpacked mod. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search up the SRT Viper. Don't have it unpacked, so I'm going to unpack this mod, which initially is going to take, well, never mind. Did not take forever. Normally it does. So now what you want to do is pull this back up. Now you don't have to do it this way. This is how I choose to do it. To me, it's kind of easier to do it this way. But what I like to do is I like to get a new folder. And as you can see, I've already got some engines in here that I used on different builds. I got a couple that I can show you. I've got a based off of a 2000s model S10 that has a Camaro engine in it. So what you want to do is you want to go over here, you want to go to your mods folder, go to unpacked, then I need to look through here under the unpacked mods, and I need to find SRT Viper right here. Pull this up, go to vehicles, go to SRT Viper, and look through here until you find everything you need. So what you're gonna need, you will need, let's see, SRT Viper engine. So let's see, hang on. Exhaust, engine mounts. What we'll do is whoop, not that. Go ahead, come on. Go up underneath of it, drag it, go ahead and highlight these three, copy them, then come over here to your other folder and just paste them in there for now. Let's see, might need the DAE, so we'll copy that, paste that over here. Then we need to find the transmission. Let's see. SRT transmission. So you want to get these few files and place them over into your, I just left mine titled new folder. You can title it, new engines. You can title it engine mods. You can title it whatever you feel comfortable to title it, to remember that that's what that's for. That's all up to you. Let's see. Now, what you're going to want to do is go back, go in and find, let's see, Lansdale. Find the vehicle, go into the Lansdale. Alright. Downloaded a mod to get this because I'm still kind of figuring things out with this. I'm not, you know, the best at it. You know, I've only been doing this for a couple, maybe a month or so, maybe. But what you're going to want to do is highlight, come on, highlight all of these. You want to copy them. You could copy and paste again, but I like to keep them in the new folder. I like to keep them over here. That way, if I want to, if this works out good and I decide later on down the road that I want to stick the SRT Viper engine into something else, I can, but that's totally up to you. What you're gonna want to do though, the way I do it is I will copy it, I will come over here and paste. Then what you're gonna want to do is where it says Lansdale engine i5, it's a modded engine. What you're gonna want to do is click on that. If you can, download Microsoft Visual Studio version selector, or any of the Microsoft Visual Studio apps. They're really good. I like them. It works very well. But go into it, and what it'll pull up is it's right here, which tells you everything about the engine. You've got your idle RPM, you've got your max RPM, rev limiter, it's got your nodes, engine durability, cooling and oil system. It's got pretty much everything. But that's what you don't need none of that in here. The only thing you're looking for right now to be able to actually put this engine into this car is where it says slot type. So what I like to do is I like to highlight the slot type and copy that. Leave that the way it is. You can go ahead and exit out of that. Then what you're going to want to do is go down to the SRT Viper engine and pull the same thing up. Then go to the slot type here. Being it says SRT Viper engine, it's not going to, it won't put that engine, being that's the slot type, it will not put that engine in the Lansdale. So what you're going to want to do is highlight this, the SRT Viper engine. That's where the other part comes in handy. So you'll instead of copying on this one, you'll paste it. Change it to Lansdale engine. That's all you got to do. And if you want, you can go here and you can change the name. So for instance, it says 8.4 liter V10. So what I'm going to do is we'll say SRT 8.4 liter V10. Then all you're going to want to do is hit Control S. That'll save the name and the slot type. Now that that's saved, you can exit out of this. You can minimize both of these right here. It's going to take a second to load. It'll kind of refresh itself. Once it does get through loading, just give it just a minute. I've got a lot of mods downloaded, so I've got roughly 200 downloaded. So I kind of have issues with sometimes it taking a little bit longer than normal to actually load. Sometimes not so much. And I'll get this issue where it'll say not responding and then it'll immediately load. So what you're going to want to do is exit out of this, hit Control R, and that'll refresh it all again. I always do that just to make double sure. That was the wrong car. Now Control R. I just refreshed the Viper. Now I need to refresh the minivan. Okay, so if you notice, I did not actually remove the file from the Viper. So if you look at the Viper, it still has the SRT Viper engine. But I'm going to take and I'm going to remove this car. That way all we have here is the minivan, Lansdale. So, I'm going to open the hood. I don't know why I'm opening the hood. Better yet, I'm going to go to vehicle config. I'm going to go under body. And let's see. Trying to look for hood. I'm going to just remove the hood instead of actually doing that. Radiator sport. Okay. I haven't really fooled around with this car too much, so I don't know too much about this car yet. But I'm going to remove the hood. That way we can see it better. Alright. So there you go. You can see the engine. Now, I just realized it's got a diesel engine in it. So, and go to the fuel tank. Okay, so we only have all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, so hopefully I can actually get this to work right. So I'm going to stick an all-wheel drive fuel tank in. Hopefully that way, when I stick the V10 in, it'll actually work. So, okay, as you notice down here at the bottom, it says SRT 8.4 liter V10. Sometimes it will glitch out, the engine will be sitting way too low, or, wow. That sits really, really far backwards. So I need to go in and fix that. But, let's see, what is the keybind again? This one? As you can see, the engine is almost sitting in my lap. That's not good. But, if we go out of that, I think it's a manual. It is a manual. So it's not driving still. Okay. So I'm going to have to go in and figure out why this is not driving. So, that could be a multitude of things, being I used, let's see, independent, let's see, beam axle, independent rear suspension. Could be because this is it's trying to run a front wheel drive with a rear wheel drive engine, so I didn't think about that. Let me throw in a rear diff and see if maybe it'll drive then. Hopefully it should, because the V10 is not a front wheel drive, so it's not going to be able to drive that. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so this is not a, okay, I don't know that, okay, makes no sense. Oh well. Okay, rear wheel drive transfer case. Okay, so yeah, it's just because I didn't have the rear wheel drive. Okay, okay. Now, let's see if it runs. Okay. Alright, we have a SRT, V10 SRT engine inside of this car, sitting way too far back. So I need to go in to, lag. So what I need to do now is I need to pull up this again. So what I want to do is go, actually no. Let's go to the Lansdale engine. Pull this up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get it to do it. Come on. Doesn't seem to want to do it. So I'm going to do it this way. What I'm trying to do, or what I've got to do, is I've got to, I did it again. Engine mounts, here we go. I've got to adjust the engine, or I've got to try. I've not been able to figure this part out yet. So this is, like I said, there's some things that I'm still working on that I don't quite know how to do yet. Which I'm hoping, here we go, I got it to work now. Okay. Well, that'll work, I guess. Alright. So, let's see. I gotta find the engine mount for the the inline 5 2.5 liter engine. I'm hoping that I can find the engine, or hang on. I might, let's see. I might be able to find sometimes, or I haven't been able to figure out how to do it yet. So that's some of my issues I have. I haven't been able to figure out everything about this yet. I would love to, because I've seen a lot of other people. Well, I've seen one other person do it. A bigger YouTuber. I've watched his videos. That's how I've learned how to do this. So, I mean, if there's things that I cannot answer or that I kind of confuse you with on it, if you would like, you can check out, if you're not following him already, check out beamng on YouTube. He goes, he's a lot more in depth on this. He, knows how to do a lot more of this than I do. But what I need to do is these right here are the engine mounts. What I'm needing to do is I need to bring them forward, which I'm not sure. Let me look over here on the Lansdale engine and see if there is an engine mount in this. Sometimes the engine mount will either be this over here, like the SRT Viper engine, where it's its own file. Sometimes it will be inside of the engine file itself. So, let's see, we got nodes. Let's see, beams. Aha, see, right here. So this one, the engine mount itself, is actually in with the engine file. So what I'm going to try to do, don't know if this is going to work. I hope this works. If not, I don't think I'll be able to adjust the engine forward and backwards. So just have to bear with me a little bit and hope that this actually goes through properly, because see, right now the engine mount itself is actually going off of the Dodge Viper engine mounts. Actually, let's see, is there a slot? I've never tried this, but let me just see, hang on, because I noticed that my engine mounts over here says slot type SRT Viper. I've changed engine mounts before, but it never actually seemed to do anything. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to see if there's a slot type for these nodes on the Lansdale. If there is an actual slot type, like see where it says oil pan, if there's something like that with the engine mount, then that would be great, because that could be the whole issue of why my engine mounts have actually not moved when I adjusted them. So, and now I have somehow managed to lose the engine mounts by scrolling. Okay, here we go. So it doesn't seem to be, but what I can do is I can just go in and just, I can try it and see. I mean, it might work, might not. I think I'm spelling that wrong. I am. Lansdale. Alright. So I'm going to go through and all the slot types, I'm going to change it from SRT Viper to Lansdale. And then see if changing the engine mounts actually does anything, because I have yet to be able to get them to work when actually changing them. I keep spelling that wrong, don't know why. Alright, so all the slot types has been changed from SRT Viper engine mount to Lansdale engine mount. So maybe now when I go in to these, no, FX5R. Okay, I guess I need to change it on both. So this one says E3L and E3R. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 engine mounts on this one, and only 5 on this one. Wait. 1, 2. Oh, okay, actually, no. There's only, because some of these are duplicates, because there's an E3L and an E3R. And then an E4L, E4R. Well, I'll just try it, see what it does. It might work, it might not work. I have no clue until I actually try it. So, engine mount 1R, I'm going to change that to E3L. So, E3L. And then engine mount 1R is going to be E3R. I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to change this following the engine mount node. Am I in the node area? Wait. I actually, hang on. I need to go back on that because these are all the rights. So I can't put a left on the right side. That's going to break it. So I need to EM1R. These are all EM1Rs. No, did I have that right? Okay, well, we'll do it this way. Okay, we'll just do what I was originally doing. E3R, and if it works, it works. If it don't, then I guess back to the drawing board. E4L. Whoops, wrong button. And then E4R, and then for the last one is going to be E1R, right? Yeah. Now I need to do the left engine mount, which, where are they? Okay. So is it? Oh, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work because the engine mounts here. Because this is a front-wheel drive engine. This isn't a rear-wheel drive like the Dodge Viper is. So this probably isn't gonna work. So I'm gonna leave these the way they are, and I'm gonna control save, and I'm going to try it and see, because if all else fails, control R. If all else fails, I can just backspace until it puts it back to the original, and it'll be perfectly fine. It probably won't even do anything, to be honest. The engine probably won't move. I say that until it finally refreshes and the engine's sitting this way and not this away. I really want this to work because I feel like this would be really cool. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, see, it didn't do anything. Did it tear the engine up? Okay, so that did not work at all. So, oh, getting some lag there. Oh, I love the sound of the engine. I love that lopiness to it. I love it. Oops, that's That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Alright, so I need to pull the SRT engine back up. It didn't do anything at all. So, and I don't have, in this one it does not have the XYZ axes, so I'm going to save it. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to pull the Lansdale back up, and I'm going to scroll through, because this should have one. If it does, I might be able to stick this on the other one. I doubt it's going to work though, because I mean I've had a good bit of issues with actually trying to do that, and it just ends up tearing it up and not working at all. Let's see. It's gotta have one. But no, every time I've tried to do it this way, when I add it into the engine I'm adding into another vehicle, it ends up, when I save it, it ends up getting rid of the original, or it ends up, I guess you'd say, yeah, like gets rid of it. Makes it where it's non-existent in the vehicle anymore. You can't add it in. So I don't know if that's something that I'm doing wrong, if I'm placing the code in the wrong area, or if I'm just writing, or, well, I'm not really writing anything, I'm just copying and pasting from one thing to another. So that could be the issue. I don't quite know. Let's see, and I don't see one. Hang on, let me full screen this so I can actually get a better view of everything. This is such a bummer. I hate that it didn't go in correctly, because it's like, I think it'd be so cool, and it looks like it would fit perfect inside this car. Then again, it might not. I mean, it is a very big engine, so there's a possibility it will not actually fit in the car. Let's see. How's it going, Vexa? Let's see. From the looks of it, this one doesn't even have... No, okay. Full screen this one and see if... See if I can figure out what's going on with why it is not working, because that's gonna bother me. Because I have the engine mounts. The engine mounts are in, and as you can see, when I actually go to the well, hang on, it's loading now. You doing good, Vexa? You having a good day? Nope, not close program. I almost did. Okay, so as you can see, if I grab the engine itself, I mean, it's in the car, it's attached fully. Let's see, let's roll it over. Okay, so it's even sitting a little bit high, because well, no, is it sitting high, or is the drive shaft just invisible? No, I think it's sitting, I think it's honestly sitting a little bit too high. I think it needs to sit down a little bit lower. But the engine is actually in the car. It's just, oh, I'm getting some lag for some reason. My frames are dropping. Ooh, flip over. Well, beings that didn't work. I like it. I mean, it still came out fine, even though, like I said, the engine is sitting in in your lap. I wonder if I have another vehicle that... Actually, I think I do have another vehicle. I think I do have another vehicle that I can put this in. Tell Joe to run for his life, Vexa, since he's being chased by NPC bounty hunters. Let's see. Okay. So, and this is why I said I always keep my engines in a separate folder, because, for instance, if I want to stick the SRT and the Moonhawk, I could stick it in there. I can stick it in the Burnside Special. Let's see. I actually have a really good idea. I'm gonna stick it in the Bastion, or I'm gonna try to stick it in the Bastion, because I have a... Alright, sorry, I'm back. My kids are hollering. Let's see. I don't know why I'm looking for a specific vehicle. I'm just going to use the base Bastion. So, luckily, this doesn't take too long. Did y'all record it, Vexa? If so, I'm ready to watch it. I want to see how that went down. But, luckily it doesn't take too long to do. I mean, it does with the loading part. I need to go through and clear out some old mods and things like that. But, so the reason I'm going with the Bastion is because I have a see-through hood, which is really cool. And, not only that, it's already a rear-wheel drive car. It's already got the beefy V8 in it, and the front is very long compared to a van, so it should fit actually really good in here, and it should look really good. So, starting off, what I'm going to do, I think I have a Bastion already well, let's see, I can do it this way instead. I think I already have a Bastion that's already unpacked. I do. I have the Bastion Coupe, which will work the same, or I think it should. If the Bastion has an engine, see, it has an exhaust, body, let's see, do I have another Bastion? Well, okay, first let me look at this. So I'm going to minimize this real quick. Okay, well, once I get done doing this live stream Vexa, I will join y'all up, and I might even live stream that. I don't know. Just depends on how long this one goes and everything, and we'll goof off on some RDO. Mess around. What was I doing? Oh, vehicle. So if you notice in the file, it said that I have an IROC engine, so let's check and actually make... Yeah, okay, I got a 357 IROC engine, which when placing that in, or changing to that engine, so as you can see, with sometimes they sit kind of weird, and this engine bothers me because I have an issue with the engine mounts on this car. Oops. Okay, well, as you can see, the engine mounts on this car don't really work. The engine is very sloppy. But what we're going to do is we know that that works. So, I'm going to go to unpack. project and new folder. I'm going to pull both of these up. I'm going to go Bastion Coupe, Vehicles, Bastion. Also, props to Philman86 for making this the Coupe. Really cool car. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here, I'm going to recopy this, and I'm going to paste it into here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the iRock Z engine. Same thing for the slot type, which is just a Bastion engine, which allows me to put that into any Bastion vehicle. I'm going to copy this, clear this out, and then what I'm going to do, sorry I had to clear out a couple more, is I'm going to go to the SRT Viper engine, place this right here, and paste, and there we go. Now I should have an 8.4 liter V10. Oh, hang on, SRT, Control S. Okay, now let's minimize this stuff. Hopefully the SRT engine actually works good in the Bastion. Not 100% sure if it's going to work good, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, I don't know if you necessarily have to hit Control R every time, because as you can tell, mine automatically starts refreshing after I save it and then go in. So you might not have to hit Control R. I do sometimes. I want to say there's been cases where I forgot to hit Control R to refresh, but it doesn't hurt, I guess. But like for instance, like right now, I'm not going to hit Control R, and as you can see, I've got the SRT 8.4 liter V10. So I don't think you have to actually press it. You can though if you feel more comfortable doing so. I don't think it would make that big of a difference. Alright, so that one sits fairly far back too, for some odd reason. And it's not working. It doesn't sit as far back, it does come through the dash a little bit. I hate that these are not working out properly. It's gonna bother me. And I don't understand why this is not working. Because this is automatically a rear-wheel drive car. Sway bar, let's see, hang on. Engine, transmission, rear-wheel drive transfer case. Rear suspension, shocks, springs, subframe mount, sway bars. Limited slip rear diff, maybe that's why, because it's using electronically blocking rear diff. No, it's still not driving for some odd reason. I mean, I know it don't have the drive shaft right there, like it's not showing up, but I don't think it's going to show up. I mean, as you notice in the minivan, it wasn't there in the minivan, and it still was drivable. But I can look up the drive shaft. Driver mode. I feel like it's not called drive shaft in here. Rear bumper, rear license plate, rear left door flare, rear right door flare, rear suspension, shocks, springs, spindles, final drive, differential. Okay, I have no clue. Let's see. Oh, that's the new folder. Wrong one. So I got the engine mount, DAE, exhaust, and transmission. I could try to change the I mean, I don't think it matters. I mean, it says slot type SRT Viper transmission. Paste, and then remove engine. I don't think this really matters, because I've never changed the slot type on any of my transmissions. and it seemed to work without actually changing it. So let's see if this actually does anything. It might make it drive. I would like to figure out why it won't do it, because I've got another vehicle that I've fooled with. That's the same way. It's the Pigeon with a rotary engine in it. It fits perfect in the vehicle, but I can't get the engine mounts on that one to work, which I kind of figured maybe because of the type of engine it is. Engine mounts are based different than a Pigeon's engine mount or something, maybe. I don't know. It's best when doing this type of stuff to use... No, still nothing. It's best when doing this to try to use a vehicle that already kind of fits very similar to the original, if that makes sense. So you want both the cars to be similar and, you know, bodies, like, you don't want to try to take the Bastion engine and stick it in the, what is it, the Bolide, I think is the rear wheel drive, or whatever. You don't want to try to stick a front wheel drive in a rear wheel drive or vice versa, because it's going to try to put the engine in the rear of the car, which then in turn it's not going to work, because it's going to be sticking way out the back and everything, which you can go in. I mean, I need to do a little bit more work on it to figure out how to do it exactly myself, but you can go in you're supposed to be able to go into this type of folder and actually like adjust engine mounts and stuff, and like move it forward and backwards. Like, okay, here we go, the transmission position, and you got the X, Y, and Z. This is supposed to also be able to move the engine forward and backwards, but I've not been able to get it to work, which... Okay, sorry. Wife was talking to me. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to stick this position code in for the engine, and maybe if the engine has, if it has a flex body area in the engine, similar like this, that doesn't have this, I'm hoping I can paste this at the end of it, and maybe that'll work on moving the engine forward and backward. So I'm gonna go to SRT Viper engine, pull this up. I need to look for flex bodies. Let's see, node, flex bodies. Oh, okay, it already has this. I did not see it. Okay. So hang on. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm just going to move the engine. Let's see. I don't know which one it is. I think let's try this one. So let's go 4.5. Control S. What I'm going to do is I run two monitors, so I'm going to move this over to my other monitor real fast so that I can, you know, I can go back and forth a lot quicker. To me, it's a lot faster doing it that way. Let's just see if this even works. Hopefully it will. Hopefully it won't crash my game, because I don't have a cursor now on the other. Oh, there we go. It's back. I'm not sure if I need to go negative or if I need to go positive, though. I'm not 100% sure, and nor am I 100% sure if that was up, down, left, right, or what that was that I just did. So, to make a more visible, let's see, let's go with Y, I think might be it. So let's change that from a 0 to a 1. Control S, Control R, and let's see if that is actually even doing anything. I've messed with this before with, I can't remember what engine it was, but I'd done it before with one engine, and I'd done it with the intake manifold, or was it the intake manifold? Or was it just the intake itself? Like the air box. I want to say it was the air filter area, I can't remember exactly. But it ended up not doing what I wanted. Don't think that actually did anything. It looks like it's still in the same position as it was. Height and everything. So let's go over here, go like this, go 3. Let's just see if this actually does anything. I don't feel like it's actually changing anything it's supposed to change. Or am I changing the transmission? I don't know. I think I might be just honestly, I think I might be just moving the transmission around, which is a high possibility. Hopefully that's not the case. I think that is, no, maybe not. I don't know what's going on. It's not doing anything at all. That should have moved majorly in some direction, but it doesn't look like it actually moved anywhere. Yeah, because it's still just barely sticking out right here. Which I know, granted, this ain't gonna make any sense if I can get the engine perfectly in there, because the car doesn't even drive. But I'm just trying it out just to see if this area even works. So I'm gonna try just from moving the intake and see if the intake actually moves. Come on. Actually do something. Woo. Yeah, I don't think it actually done anything. I don't understand, y'all. This is gonna irritate me. It's like, I wish I could get this to work. Let's see. 8. I'm kind of just going with the flow, y'all. I'm really not exactly sure what's going on right here at this moment. There's a few vehicles I've been able to get to work properly. There's some that, like this one for instance, I've not been able to get work properly. So I mean, like I said, if there's something I can't figure out, I'm gonna have to rewatch on some videos myself to try to see if I can figure out why this isn't working for me. I was hoping I could do a proper, I mean, I did a, okay, see, that worked. That moved the wrong direction. Where did it go? The intake's here. Where did the entire engine go? Okay, so let me fix that then. Let me go here. Let's go. Let's try this one. Control S. Control R. Let's see if this one actually fixes it. Because now the top of the engine's slightly sticking out the side of the car. So let's see if this actually does something. I kind of feel like this ain't though. I feel like the engine just disappeared and it just moved the intake. and the rest of the engines just vanished into thin air. Well, I don't know, because there's a little bit of the... I don't know. Hang on. Okay. So let me change all this back and see if this fixes it. Whoops, wrong one. And see if this fixes it. Hopefully this does, and it gets it working properly, or not properly, but you know, gets it back to where it was originally at. That way I can try to move it forward, not sideways. I did that on Y, or was that X? I think that was X. X is this way, I think. Y is up and down, so Z is forward and backwards, I think. Can't quite remember. I think Z is forward and backward, Y is left and right. X is up and down, I think. Okay. I got the engine back where it goes, so let's try this. See what this does. Control R. Thank you for the heart, Vexa. I hope the video is turning out good. Can you actually hear me fairly good, Vexa? Is audio coming through pretty good? Okay, that just moved the intake, and that moved it straight up. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to adjust the intake, and then I'm going to try and let's see. Oh wait, no, I should have left that. I'm going to leave that the way that is. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go point. I'm going to go 0.2. S, Control R, and see if this moves forward. Hopefully that moves forward. So Z is up and down. That's good to know. Now I just need to figure out where like I said, I got a little tinkering I got to do with it because I'm not sure fully of what I'm doing with this part because I'm still new to it. And okay, thank you, Vexa. I wasn't 100% sure if my audio was coming in pretty good. Okay, so yeah, that is correct. Okay, so yeah, Y is forward and backwards, but I need to go negative instead of positive. Positive goes towards the back of the car. Okay, so I need to go negative, negative 0.5 maybe, and see where that puts us at there. And then all I have to do from that is should be just to copy what I've done from there with the intake, do the same with the engine, and that should, you know, like get it all lined up properly. Okay, that is perfect placement. That's exactly where I would like it to be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go negative 0.5, and then for now I'm just going to, whoops, forgot to save it, Control S, I said Shift S, Control S, Control R, and and let's see if that actually moves the engine itself forward. I hope it does, because I've been able to get the intake to move. I've just never been able to get the engine to move, which bothers me a little bit. So hopefully this works. If this works, that would be amazing. Because if it works, then I can go to the minivan that actually drives, and I can do this same process with the minivan and get it running properly and looking properly too. Well, about as close as I can. Oh, that worked. That moved it forward. Oh, yes. Okay, now I just need to go over here, bring this back down to 0, Control S, Control R. That should put the intake back where it was supposed to be, and I will have it looking properly. I just gotta figure out why it ain't running now, why it's not driving. Because there's no, I don't think there's an actual drive shaft. Like, I don't think there's a file for a drive shaft. So I don't think that really matters. Could be wrong. Okay. Why did that not go? Oh, wait. This was originally 0.025. Control S. Control R. See if that fixes that. That should fix that, hopefully. Well, not fix it fully, but fix at least the intake part. Okay. Why is the intake not going down now? Zero, -5, Control S, Control R. Hopefully this fixes that. I just kind of backspaced a little bit to where it was back to the original code, changed the y-axis on the engine, and that should be good. No, it won't, because I didn't change the y-axis on the intake, so the engine will probably be forward, but the intake will not. Dang it. Now I've got to play the waiting game. Okay. The engine's in the right place. Intake is not. So, now I need to go to the intake. Go -0.5. Control S. Control R. Hope this works this time and actually has it in the right placement, or as close to it as I can get it. Alright, let's see if it looks good now. No. Why is that not working? Control R. Let's try Control R again. Maybe I didn't refresh it or something. I have no clue. There we go. There we go. Oh, that looks perfect. Why can this not run? So, hang on. I want to check something. Okay, so the transmission is actually not connected to the engine. Well, there really isn't an engine there. But I like that I got it in the right placement now. As you can see, it's actually sitting in there perfectly. Okay, being I've gotten that good, what I'm going to do, okay, so I'm going to show you what I did. So if you was to go into the, scroll back up, hang on. Oh, I'm already at the top already. My bad. So if you go into the SRT Viper V10 engine file, or any engine file that you are trying to fiddle with, and it places the engine in a bad position. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down till you find flex bodies. When you find the flex bodies, if it has SRT engine, then you'll see SRT Viper engine, SRT Viper transmission, then you'll see this. This is the engine. This is what moves it. This right here moves it forward and backwards. This is up and down, and this is left and right. Same applies for this. This is your intake manifold. So all I had to do was I left the Z axis on both of them and the X axis on both of them the same. All I needed to, because it was at the right height and the left and right was, you know, it was good too. So all I had to do was just move it forward. So I had to go negative 0.5 on the Y axis, which brought it to the right position of the engine. So what I'm going to do is, now that I know that, I'm going to replace this. Let's see how close we can get it. I doubt we'll be able to get it perfect because there's not that much room in the minivan. But let's see if we can get the minivan to work. And I can stick this engine in any of these vehicles. So let's see. Let's go with a drag. Well, yeah, let's go with the drag. Spawn the drag in, and let's full width that on the drag version and see if we can get this Viper engine inside. Oh, I forgot I had that keybind for nitrous, and this is a manual. Oh, there's a wall there. Alright, so let's go in. Let's go to the hood. Where is the hood again? Oh yeah, that's right. It's in the radiator sport. Let's go in, remove the hood. Just gotta wait a second. Okay. Now, let's go over to the engine and put in our SRT V8, or V10, my bad. Alright, sorry everyone, I'm having some technical difficulties on my end. Give me just a little bit. There's going to be a short break, and when I get back, I'm going to try to get this engine fitting perfect inside of this car. So, give me just a minute, and I'll be back. Okay, let's go in and move this around. Whoops. Oh, crap. Okay, so if you ever have this happen, I just did that. Dang it. Okay, go here, go to open mod folder, and now you have all your mods back. Accidentally closed it out, not knowing I did that. Go to, where's it at? Oh, right here, okay. Go here, go vehicle, Lansdale. I'm gonna move this over here. Well, I'll leave this here for now. But I'm gonna leave the Microsoft thing. I'm gonna pull it to the other screen. That away. I almost did it again. That way I can see what I'm doing to the engine to make sure it's actually going in the right placement. So, okay, flex bodies. So, I doubt the negative 0.5 will be correct, but we'll try and see. Negative 0.5, Control S, Control R. And let's just see. Might be right, might be too far. Then again, it might not even be far enough. Come on, load. I definitely need to go through and adjust some of my mods. Okay. I think I need to go a little bit less than the negative. 0.5. What do you mean by dragon, Vexa? Let's see. So let's go. Instead of 0.5, let's go negative 0.45. Whoops, not that. There we go. Control S, Control R. I just need to go back just a hair. If not back a hair, I guess I could go down a hair if need be. I don't really want to go down too far though, because I don't want to end up having the engine scraping. So let's just see how this turns out. Maybe it turns out good, hopefully. If not, ow. Then I'll have to go from there and see what else I can do to get that to work. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go down a hair. Or let's do just 0.4. Control S. Oh, I didn't even save it. That's probably why. Control R. Being I got this to actually work, I'll show you my pigeon that I've been working on now that, okay, yeah, the 0.4 should be fine. Ooh, got dropped it. Alright, so now I need to move the actual engine itself. So negative 0.4, Control S, Control R. Don't like how the intake is a little floppy, so hopefully moving the engine forward will stiffen up the intake itself. It might not, don't know, just gotta wait and see. probably could actually go back a little bit farther with the intake. I don't really want to go back too much farther with the intake. That did not move. Why did that not move? Let's try that again. Control R. See if it moves this time. Okay. It moved that time. Intake is still a little floppy, and the engine is still inside the car. But I do want to see with where it's sitting at. Radiator support. Hood. I want to see if with the hood on, if that's going to stick through. Probably is. Oh wow. Not really. I don't like the engine is floppy like that though. Can I put block engine management? I don't have. Let me get rid of the night. Well, hang on. T-sport manual. Speed automatic. I want to do a test run with it real quick. Just see how well the engine does. See how this thing runs. Completely. God, that engine sounds so amazing. Okay, so to show you what I have been working on, if it's still there. Ah, okay, I got you, Vexa. Is Joe watching the live stream? Let's see. Pigeon. I want to say I've done this to Hopper. Yeah, I've done it with the pigeon hopper. Ooh. Hopefully it's still there. Or hopefully I still have the mod, you know, what I have done. Hopefully it's still actually there, I guess you would say. Yay! So, this is what I have been working on. Hopefully it's still here. Please let it still be here. 'Tis not. Dang it. I do have that 357 V8 in this little tiny thing. It doesn't show up though. Oh, and it does not work. That's right, because it's too big. Okay, well, being that is not there, I am going to open this. And what I'm going to do is try to get, there we go. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to go back to, do I still have it over here? Yes, I do. RR Rotary 13B. Actually, let's see. Cummins. Hopper, Mazda 8. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go vehicles, common. Oh no, that's the paint. Hang on. Whoops. Mazda RX-8. because I don't know if I can't remember what. Okay, it's just all under Mazda. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the not the D5. Let's see. Pigeon, where are you at? Diesel. Here's the pigeon right here. One of them. Ah, hopper frame pigeon. Here we go. Okay. And I don't think. Okay, yeah, it's not there. Okay. So all I need is I need you. Copy. Paste. And I need, I think everything else is literally in here. Engine, rev limiter, engine DAE, textures. Okay. So I need to bring you over here also. Exhaust, crawler, differential, engine. No, that is not it. And let's see. Okay, so it's just gonna be hopper engine. Copy. Okay. So we're gonna go to the rotary engine. And replace that with that. Okay. Control S. And what we're going to do, go in here, Control R. Hopefully this works. Hopefully I can actually get it to drive. Last time I tried to do this, I could not get this thing to drive for nothing. But the engine and all was there. It just was not, just like the Bastion, was not allowing me to actually drive the car anywhere. Let's see. Okay. So now if I go here, I got a Revolution Racecraft 13B 1.3 liter. Shout out to the Revolution Racecraft for making the Mazda, making the mod with the 13B rotary engine. It is a perfect rotary engine from what I've seen. In my opinion, it is. So shout out to those guys for building this mod. Very loud. Which I'm going to shut off for now because it's super loud. So what I'm going to do is, like right now I have no, transmission's right here. We'll go with the 4-speed automatic and see if it actually does anything. I kind of feel like it's not, because I've tried it before and like I said, it didn't really work. I'm hoping to get this thing to run and drive because it would be really awesome. As you can see, it's not driving, which is so irritating. I don't know why it doesn't drive. Because I've got the engine, I've got the transmission. Transmission, medium stall converter, rear suspension, rear differentials there, radiator, running boards. Whoop. Rear drive shaft is there, but it just doesn't run. It don't drive. Well, it says the transmission's there, so the 13B rotary engine doesn't actually have one. It doesn't actually have a transmission either. If I pull out the Mazda RX-8, you'd see what I'm talking about. Like, there's not actually one there. But what I can do, at least, is let's see, copy this, copy, put it right here, paste. I need to do, let's see, that and that, and same here, and then 0, Control S, Control R. Ow. Sorry, I forgot that engine was so loud. Hang on, I can turn this down and turn my microphone audio up. I'm sorry, Vexa, and anybody else that's watching. I forgot how loud this engine is. Is that better? Let's see. Okay, that should be better. Let me know if that's any better, Vexa. Oh, hold up. I just realized it didn't actually break when I did that. So let's go 0.5, Control S, Control R, and see if it breaks the engine or if it actually moves the engine. Hopefully this actually works and doesn't break anything. I can't remember if it's supposed to be negative or positive though that makes it go up. I think it's positive goes up, and I think negative goes down. We'll find out when it loads, if the engine goes underneath the ground or if it goes into the engine bay or if it completely disappears. If it completely disappears and there's another engine in its place, then I know what's going on. I'm not sure if that actually, no, that didn't move. I don't know if that moved forward though. It looks like it moved forward. No, because Y is forward. So let's do this. No. Wait. I'm trying to remember from the other one. Let's try this. 0.5. Let's try X. I can't remember if X was forward and backwards or Z. I think Z was forward and backward. No, Y was forward and backward. Z was up and down. So let's just try Control R again and see if maybe I just didn't refresh it like I thought I did. I'm gonna put my mouse right there. Okay. No, it still has not moved up. It's still sitting in its exact same position. So let's go 1 instead of 0 point. Control S, Control R, and see if maybe that brings it up any higher. And then it would be nice if I could get this to go into the engine compartment and get this driving. That would be really, really, really cool, because it still hasn't moved. It is not moving, which is kind of bothering me. Why is that not moving? Let me look. And see if maybe I don't understand why that's not moving. That's going to bother me. So let me try moving it forward and just see if that even works. Point. We'll go 2.5. Control S. I'm gonna let it do its thing, run its loading course of me coming back in, and then I will do Control R. And I can pretty much judge if it's moved slightly just by the passenger tire center hubcap, because the exhaust is actually coming out of that area. So hopefully, okay, it's fully adjusted itself or refreshed. So let's refresh it actually and see if it actually moves forward or backwards or anything. Hopefully it actually moves. That would be really nice. No. It has not moved, and that is so frustrating, because this is one of the things I wanted to do massively, was stick a rotary engine inside the Pigeon. I cannot get it to work, and it bothers me. Because it's like, it would fit perfect in that little area. Is it because do I need to bring it back some first? I guess I could try that. Maybe I could bring it back some. Let's remove the hood. Remove the hood, and then I'm going to try to bring it back and see if maybe that works. And while I'm waiting on that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see if there's any flex body. Okay, there's flex bodies for the hopper engine, but it doesn't have the X, Y, and Z axis on it. So what I'm going to try is I'm going to pull up, which one was it that I'd done it with? The Bastion engine. I will be right back, y'all. Alright, I'm back, y'all. I hate to cut it short, but I'm gonna have to cut it here. I've got a baby with thrash, and he's doing nothing but screaming and hollering right now. Well, he's not anymore for now, but he's not feeling good. So I'm gonna cut the video here. I'm gonna look into this into more depth, try to figure out why it's not actually working. I think I just did. Give me just a minute. And I'm gonna try this while trying to hold him, which is probably not gonna be too easy. And see if maybe this is why it's not been working. Control S. And if this works, then I know what my issue was. If this doesn't work, I have no clue, and I'll have to fiddle with it, you know, later on whenever I can get the baby calmed a little bit better. But yeah. Wait for program. Control R. Ah, okay, yeah, that broke it. Not sure why it did, but that's what I mean by when I say sometimes it might break it, like break the engine or whatever. I don't know why. If the code's not typed in correctly, and I do that, it'll let it work fine. But as soon as I type in the code in an area that doesn't already have the code, it'll just end up breaking it. I don't know why it does that. A little bit frustrating because it would be nice for it to work, but it doesn't, and ends up breaking it. Oh, maybe that's why? Try that and see if that fixes it. Stick the... Oh wait, hang on. Control S. Nope, I need to come over here. Control S. And then Control R. I doubt that just fixed it. I feel like that just made it worse. I'm trying to do this one-handed while my baby's trying to eat my headphones. Quit! Okay, let's see. Okay, the rotary engine's back now, but is it going to be in the right placement or even be movable? Don't know yet. Okay, it's still in its original placement. So let's see what this does. Hopefully this changes something. If not, then like I said, I'm gonna just have to end it here, full with it after supper or something or whatnot, and try to figure out why it's not actually moving the engine up, down, left, right, things like that. Like, it's just not seeming to do anything. Once it actually loads, I really need to go through and get rid of some of my mods. Okay, yeah, that didn't seem to actually do anything at all. I don't know why it's not working. I have no clue. Very frustrating, but I have no idea what's going on with it. But I appreciate y'all, the ones that did watch, and you know, ow. I appreciate everybody coming and joining me tonight. If you like and subscribe. Give me suggestions. I'd like suggestions on, I like doing this. I have fun doing it. It's frustrating, but it's fun. If you play beamng, and you want to see, how to stick if you want me to stick a D series, or not a D series, what is it? D series, I think. Pickup truck. Bye bye, Vexa. But if you want to see me stick, like for instance, I got this old Camaro. If you want to see me stick this old Camaro engine into, my next project's sticking the Audi R8 engine in something rear-wheel drive. So if you got some ideas of sticking something into something different, let me know. Leave a comment on the video. Let me know what you think I should try. I will try it. See if I can get it done and upload it. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.